Hey, what's up, y'all? Um, I just wanted to make a video so I don't have to, have the same conversation, a hundred times with everybody. But first and foremost, I'm feeling better, a lot better actually. I want to thank everybody for all your well wishes, your prayers, those who called, prayed with me. Those who extended prayers, put me on the prayer list, for your churches and all your spiritual circles and everything. I really appreciate that. All of y'all know, or at least most of y'all know, I am not the most religious person in the world. That's no secret. But I do thank everything that everyone has done, all your well wishes, and whatever it was, kind word, a happy thought, just a thought of me feeling good and feeling better and pulling through out of what I just came through, I truly from the bottom of my heart appreciate it. This was different, This is different for me. This is different for, my direct immediate family, me and my wife and children. For those out there, please don't be upset. Please don't be upset with my wife. She did and is still doing an exceptional job and the best that she was able to do. Sunday, I told I told and shared with most of y'all who I was able to speak with. Sunday, man, Sunday that just passed, I thought that was my last day, man. I truly believed that Sunday that was my last day on earth, that I was gonna die. Like, I'm not using that word lightly. Like, I thought Sunday was my last day. Okay, like I've never felt that way. I was fighting and fighting for every gasp of air that I could get. My chest was on fire and it just did not look good. And it definitely didn't feel good. You had to call an ambulance twice for me. Ambulance came and was like, yo, you dehydrated. They said, open your mouth. My tongue was white as cotton. And they said, yo, you're dehydrated, so, drink more fluid. If you still want to go to the hospital, we can go, but ain't no telling what's going to happen when we get there. So, we let them go the first time, but maybe like an hour, 2 hours later, I don't know what the time frame was, but I just couldn't take it anymore. And we called the ambulance back and they came and they got me in the ambulance. They put the IV fluids and stuff in me and kind of gave me like a little jump start before I got to the before I got to the emergency room. That was Sunday night. I was in the emergency room for well over 24 hours before they sent me upstairs to an isolation room. All right, where I was by myself, completely like quarantined from everybody. So I'm saying all that to say it was very, very scary. It was very overwhelming. My wife didn't know what was going on. She couldn't reach me. I couldn't talk, so she didn't have the time, nor the energy, nor the capacity to reach out to 50, 60 people, in the family, meaning like my friends, my family, my extended family, the loved ones, like everybody who's concerned about me. She just didn't have the time, to do that. So please do not be upset with her. She was in the dark just as much as I was in the dark. And and the times I was able to get a message back to her, the doctors in the hospital, they said there was no visitors. So nobody was able to come, to the ER, to see me, and nobody was going to be allowed to come upstairs in the isolation department, the isolation unit, where I was, to come see me, unless you was going to have the whole, NASA hazmat suit on and all that. All right. So, I think at least at this point that when you did find out, I was all kind of coming out of it, so the worst part, I like to believe, was over. All right. I was able to get a message out to this and that one, when I was up to it, and I just trusted that if I got a message out to that person, then that person would relay the information to the rest of the family and those who, those who know me and care about me, in that capacity. I am, I'm not 100%, I'm not 100%, but I am a whole lot better. Before I wasn't able to speak this much. I'll take a deep breath just to see we could do this together. Because before, if I took a deep breath, it was like I would have a coughing spell to the point that I would like nearly black out, so. All right, so I'm still not there, still not 100% yet, but I can honestly say I do feel a lot better, and I don't feel like I'm going to pass out anymore. It wasn't the most comfortable inhale and deep breath, but it's a lot better than I was a week ago. Okay. It's too many people, it's too many people who, for me to name by name, but I appreciate everything that everybody did for me, and is doing for me, and hopefully will continue to do, going forward. But again, my wife, she showed up. She showed up for me right now, you know what I'm saying? And just as all of you, all of you guys showed up for me. And I don't know where I'd be, in terms of my recovery thus far without all of your help, for those who brought me packages, to the hospital, brought, fruit, water, all of that was helpful. You know what I'm saying? And there's no favoritism. Who knew this? Who knew that? We all was flying blind. All right, we was all flying blind with this, man. So, fortunately, my wife, she was already vaccinated. I don't know how long ago, maybe a month or 2 months ago. She was vaccinated, so she wasn't impacted. My children are still small, 9 and 5, but I do have air purifiers that's a very, very high end. The technology built inside of them, I do believe is what helped to keep everybody protected in my home, because everybody know the kids is always physically all up on me, period. Like, they just don't care. Hey, get away from me, daddy not feeling well. They don't care. So in my room, since I've been home, and the whole time I've been sick, I've been in my bedroom with the door locked, but prior to me actually, going to the hospital and everything, kids was always all up under me, but the air purifier was going on. All right. And I do believe that's one of the physically, one of the physical things that I have, that's been protecting us and protecting our airspace and the surface, because the kids don't have any symptoms. The kids are not feeling any old kind of way. My wife took them to the, the pharmacy over there. Excuse me. She took them to the pharmacy over there to get tested. They came back negative. But hey, man, it's, just I guess to name a few, and forgive me if I forget, because it was so many people, so many of y'all showed up, man. So many of y'all, came through and extended your well wishes and your prayers and all that. And again, you know what I'm saying? You guys know I'm not the most religious person. You know what I'm saying? But I do respect everybody's way of life. I do respect everybody's culture, everybody's, spiritual expression that's out there. I'm a firm believer that if that's what keeps you on the straight and narrow, and that's what helps to make you a better person and make the right decisions, for you and those who's affected by your decisions, then by all means, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no secret. I'm a 5%er. All right. So that's no secret. Okay. For those who don't know what that is, Google it. All right. But hey, I'm feeling a lot better. Definitely want to thank my wife, Valerie. Definitely want to thank, my children. They daddy's a rock to them. They don't care what's happening. Definitely want to thank, my mother, my sisters, my uncles, my cousins, You know, everybody that's out there. You know what I'm saying? All of the gods that are out there, all my 5% of brothers. You know what I'm saying? Brothers who I grew up with. You know, those who knew about it. My man Raphael down in Mississippi. You know, the God Lord Sahir, you know, brought me some fruit and water, you know, to the hospital. I mean, I'm kind of overwhelmed with everything and everybody right now. I can't recall each and every name right now, because remember, guys, I was, you know, disorientated for quite some time. But I do think and I appreciate each and everything that everyone has done for me. You know, every remedy that you sent me, you know, every, you know, take this vitamin, drink this tea, take this oil, you know, all of that. I love it and I thank you for it. I can't say I'll be taking every concoction that everybody, suggested. Take everything that everybody, you know, suggested all at the same time. But the bottom line is I'm feeling better. The timeline, let me jump onto this. The timeline, you know, for how I got sick, I don't know. You know, I'm not a big conspiracy theorist. You know what I'm saying? I do like to be informed on stuff, and I do things that make sense for me. You know, I did take the vaccine. You know, let me give you the story behind that. I wasn't the first one to go think about doing it. I didn't even want to do it, you know, but I thought about it in a manner of, okay, if we're out here walking in an active war zone where there's bullets coming from this direction, that direction, at least if you hear bullets, right? If you hear where the shots come from, you know where not to go to. And if you see where the shots land at, you know to kind of stay away from that, right? But the challenge is that in this war zone, these bullets are silent. They're silent and they're invisible. We don't hear where they're coming from. We don't see where they're landing, right? We just see people dropping, or we just see people getting impacted by them, right? So my line of thinking was, okay, well, if I'm in a war zone, it'd be in my best interest to have some type of body armor, right? So that way, if I do get hit, you know, by a bullet, I don't know if it's going to be a little 22. I don't know if it's going to be a 12 gauge, you know, from close distance or long range. I have no clue, you know, but I do think that I did feel that at least if I had on some type of armor, that would absorb some of the blow, right? Meaning, if I got hit with the virus, if I got infected, that armor would absorb most of the impact of what the virus could have potentially did to me, right? So that was my line of thinking. I went to go take the vaccine on a Friday, right? It was August 20th. I went to go take it. I went to go take it that Thursday. This was my timeline, all right? I went to go take it that Friday, August 20th. That Thursday, I went to the urgent care because I couldn't breathe, right? And the urgent care said I had pneumonia. My rapid COVID test came back negative, but I was positive for pneumonia, right? I had a bacterial lung infection, right? So I go home, they give me antibiotics, I take that, you know, just felt like I wasn't getting any better. And then Sunday was when everything just went haywire. It was like my chest was beyond on fire, okay? And I just could not gasp a single. You remember Harlem Nights when they locked him in the what you call it, in the vault, you know, when Jimmy was like, you know, if he, you know, it's probably 3 days worth of air, you know, if he give or take an hour, if he inhale every hour and exhale every hour, he might could last for 3 days. It was worse than that, man. I couldn't gasp. I don't know if you know what that feels like. You know, I just could not gasp any air, and my chest was just on fire. Like, I don't even think fire is a strong enough word, okay? So that's when we was like, yo, you know, something is not right. If I stay here, I'm not gonna make it. You know, I'm not gonna make it. So that's when we called the ambulance. Ambulance came and got me. Fast forward, you know, ER, isolation, antibiotics, medicine, blah blah blah, and I was discharged on Sunday. So that's my timeline. Like, I took it that Friday, that Thursday I had pneumonia. That Sunday I was in the hospital, and from Sunday until Wednesday is when, you know, I was in the hospital, like really fighting. All right. But fortunately, you know, again, I'm better. You know, I still have a ways to go. I went outside yesterday just to walk up the street, just to kind of get some air. It wasn't bad. You know, I did get a little winded. You know, clearly my cardio is not where it was right now, because I could excuse me, I couldn't breathe. All right, but the whole point of this, I'm making this video to let you guys know I'm okay. I'm getting better. I thank everybody, you know, for all your concern. Please don't be upset with my wife. All right, she did, and she's been doing an exceptional job, you know, with helping me heal. And, you know, she's all I have. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's me and her. You know what I mean? I know I have you guys as well, and I know I have, you know, the greater powers that are out there, you know, but in terms of my house, my household, and where my peace of mind lies at, that lies with my wife. All right, and she's been doing an incredible and an exceptional job. All right, is she, you know, I don't know, man. You know, we can all do better, but I don't even see a way that she could have even done more than she's done. All right, so please thank her for helping to nurse me to get back to where I'm at. And under no circumstances, do not be upset with her. She was just as scared and confused, and, you know, what's the other word? You know, she just didn't know what was going on, just as much as I didn't. Just as much as I didn't know. So in that particular state of mind, you know, she was not in a place to be calling everybody, answering a million questions, and all this and that. Once things settled down, word got out, and then now we can talk about it. All right. So again, please don't be upset with her at all. Her job, her first and foremost job, was to take care of me and to tend to me, and that's what she did. Everything else comes after that. All right, so she did what she was supposed to do, and she's still, to this very moment, doing what she's supposed to do to help nurse and nurture me back to the man that I am. Strength, mentality, spirituality, you know, consciousness, everything that's out there. Just overall being a good person, a good husband, and everything. She's doing that job to the best of her ability, and there's no better person for that in my life than her, Valerie. Valerie Williams. Okay. So I didn't know how long this video was going to be, but clearly, you know, I can talk. I'm not doing much, you know what I'm saying, where it's requiring much energy from me, you know what I'm saying? But trust me, for me to be able to talk for 18, 19 minutes without, you know, passing out and gasping and coughing up a lung, you know, I couldn't do this. I definitely couldn't do this a week ago. All right, guys. So thank you. I love you all. I appreciate from the bottom of my heart, you know, the top of my head, soles of my feet, inside and outside. I appreciate each and everything that each and every one of you have done for me. All right. And, you know, you guys can, you know, call, text, what have you. You know, I'm still trying to heal, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really physically want to talk, you know, too much, too long right now, you know, because I still need that energy to heal up. You know what I'm saying? But this is just to let everybody know, so I don't have to have this conversation 10 times. You know, I could just send this out and everybody sees what's going on with me. All right. So to my cousin Dana, you already know what I want to say to you. All right. Barry, you know what I'm saying? Aunt Michelle, my mother, my sisters, Sheree, Chi-Chi, all my nephews, my nieces, you know, my wife Valerie, my kids, all the guards, you know, that's out there, you know, all my friends. You know, again, it's too many people for me to name off the top of my head. And it doesn't mean if I didn't mention you, it means you're any less significant. Not at all. All right. But just off the top of my head, that's who I want to name right now. I appreciate everything everyone has been doing. Thank you for your well wishes, your prayers. Oh, Linda, you know, thank you. Appreciate it. You know, shared a good story with me. All right, guys, I don't know, man. I guess I got these long goodbyes going on. You know, I don't want to say goodbye, but you know what I mean. My Uncle Pop out there, my Uncle Richard, you know, Uncle Donald, Ty, you know, everybody that's out there, man. All right, so I appreciate everything from everybody, and I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, y'all. Peace.